Coming up on Around San Diego, an early morning burglary caught on camera as thieves smashed through the front of a high-end eyeglasses store. And more than 4,000 drivers have now been ticketed for a new state law called daylighting. We'll explain what it means and how you can avoid getting into trouble yourself. Plus, new research shows it could take you 29 years to save up for a home. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us as we take you around San Diego. I'm CBS 8's Jenny Day, and I'll get you caught up on a week's worth of news, and we'll look ahead in less than 30 minutes. We do begin with an early morning burglary, all caught on camera.
Through the front doors, through the fish tank, right there.
Yes, thieves smashed through the front doors of a high-end glasses store in La Jolla, stealing expensive frames while also shattering the store's aquarium, which had a puffer fish inside. Those thieves are still on the loose, but the store's owner is hoping someone will recognize them or their car from surveillance video. CBS 8's Steve Price reports on the cleanup efforts that are still underway.
Well, you can see the smashed windows have now been boarded up. The broken glass has been swept up. And in the window, all the expensive frames, unfortunately, they are gone. Stolen this morning during a burglary that was caught on video.
He's through the front doors, through the fish tank, right there.
They were in and out in less than 2 minutes. 5 thieves, one with a hammer smashing cases, the others grabbing high-end eyeglass frames.
There's water throughout the store.
Keith Marshall got the call from his alarm company just after 4 Tuesday morning. He raced over from home to find this.
It's a disaster.
Here's another angle of the break-in, this one from outside the store. You can see the SUV gets pretty scratched up. Keith is hoping someone will recognize the vehicle or the thieves who, between the damage they caused and the products they stole, put his losses well over $100,000.
They got all of our Chrome Hearts inventory, which is a really sought-after high-end brand. And they got all of our Cartier inventory and then some miscellaneous other stuff.
Keith says this is the 3rd time his store, iStructure, which is located on Prospect in the heart of the village in La Jolla, has been burglarized, and this one by far caused the most damage.
This will ruin my season because I don't have the products I need to get through it, so it's very difficult.
And making a bad situation worse, the thieves destroyed Keith's prized 55-gallon fish tank. You can see the water splash as it hits the ground. What you can't see is his 9-year-old puffer fish, Norman, on the floor, struggling to survive.
I ran in and grabbed him, picked him up, and he was still breathing. I threw him in a bucket of water and called my fish guy, and so he took him home. We'll see what happens.
Unbelievable. He's a tough fish.
Keith is right. Norman is a tough fish. We just got this updated video, and you can see he is doing much better at this hour. As for the investigation, police tell us so far, no arrests.
Steve, thank you. That's incredible. Well, now to that deadly Ponga boat that overturned off the coast of Del Mar. We've learned 5 people have been charged with human smuggling after that boat capsized Monday near Torrey Pines, killing at least 3 people, including a 14-year-old boy. 4 others were rescued and hospitalized, including the boy's parents. Authorities say 2 smuggling suspects were arrested there at the beach and have been charged. Border Patrol agents then in Chula Vista also later located 8 of the 9 missing migrants, with the exception of a 10-year-old girl. So that means 3 additional arrests were made. Homeland Security continues to investigate this case. And right now, a toxic algae bloom impacting marine animals is starting to subside. For weeks, we've reported that domoic acid has been making sea lions, whales, and dolphins sick, with many of them dying. Researchers at Scripps Institution of Oceanography say recent rain and water movement from storms has really helped break up that bloom. Over the last 2 months, SeaWorld San Diego has taken in 64 affected sea lions, more than 50 pelicans, and 6 dolphins. Now they say the number of sick animals coming in is down to a couple per week. Well, a new state law is costing San Diegans with already more than 4,000 tickets issued. Now, this is all connected to the new daylighting law prohibiting parking within 20 feet of crosswalks. The law is designed to improve pedestrian safety, but some San Diegans have told us that the rules are unclear and penalties are steep. The prohibited zone may be marked by a 20-foot-long red curb, but that isn't always the case. City officials say drivers can get a $117 ticket even if the curb is not painted red.
The places aren't really marked clearly. They say it could be unpainted and you could still get a ticket for it. I think anything that makes pedestrians more visible to cars is generally a good thing.
Yeah, to clarify, so if your car's facing the crosswalk, you need to park 20 feet from that intersection, again, even if it's not painted red. And then if the rear of your car is facing the crosswalk, you do not need to leave that space. Well, we are learning more about the plan to close dozens of public restrooms across San Diego to help address the city's $258 million budget shortfall. Now, bathrooms slated to close are in high tourist areas like Mission Bay, Balboa Park, and the Gaslamp Quarter. The city says the move would save about $1.6 million and eliminate more than a dozen custodian jobs. We talked to the co-founder of the Project for Sanitation Justice in San Diego, Megan Welsh-Carroll, and she says the money that would be saved is not worth sacrificing public health and will hurt tourism.
Of money that's being saved by cutting public bathrooms and the workforce needed to maintain it is really a drop in the bucket. I don't think that it's good, responsible city management.
So the city of San Diego then said in a statement the reduction of restroom locations is a way to balance the real budgetary needs of the department. And proposed budget cuts to Lake Murray are also under review. The parking lot could be closed this summer under the mayor's proposed budget. Weekday access to the parking lot on the south side of the lake, restrooms, the rec station, and boating facilities would all be shut down. District 7 council member Raul Campillo is fighting against the proposed cuts. He says closing the parking lot would cut off visitor access to the south side of the lake and force cars to the north side and into the San Carlos neighborhood.
Just call it 1,000 people on a day who would go and park there when it's full. Push that into a neighborhood that already has several schools, that has a constantly used ballpark, and it's going to really create a lot of public safety nightmares.
Yeah, so the budget does have to be approved by June 15th. We'll put 20% down to buy a house and don't spend more than 30% of your income on housing. That was the game plan in the past for home buyers. But as CBS 8's David Godfredson reports, those numbers are not working anymore in San Diego.
Housing is just really expensive in San Diego, and it's a serious problem for households.
With the median home price in San Diego County hovering around $900,000, it may take up to 29 years to save up enough money for a down payment, according to a new study by the credit firm Upgraded Points. Another recent study by Realtor.com says San Diego is the 4th most expensive market in the nation, meaning you would have to make more than $258,000 per year to afford a median-priced house.
That is what it costs to buy the median-priced home in San Diego.
USD economics professor Alan Jin says first-time buyers can always take aim at lower-priced homes or condos, making payments more affordable.
You know, that's the traditional way that people have navigated the housing market. They start off low, with a low-cost house, and they built up equity and traded up.
In coastal cities like San Diego, Jen says, moving up the chain makes sense.
I'm pretty confident that if you buy property in San Diego or other parts of coastal California, in the long term, it's going to be higher in terms of prices. Again, people want to live here.
The traditional formula to home buying was to put 20% down to avoid private mortgage insurance costs and to keep your mortgage payments around 30% of your income. But that's becoming more difficult.
In a high housing cost area like San Diego, you might have to exceed that 30% guideline.
Jin says another option is to rely on your parents.
Increasingly, people are holding on to their homes with the idea that they're going to leave them to their kids. And that might be the only way then that their kids are going to be able to afford to live in a place like San Diego.
The other thing that can make housing more affordable is lower interest rates, currently around 7% for a 30-year mortgage. That economist tells me it's possible interest rates could go down later this year, but it's hard to predict the economy. David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
Paradise at a price, right? Coming up, we are celebrating Teacher Appreciation Week, how they are being honored as many continue to go above and beyond for their students. Well, this week, the community is making the grade when it comes to Teacher Appreciation Week. CBS 8's Abby Black shares a few surprises for educators who are going above and beyond the textbook.
This Teacher Appreciation Week, Walmart is partnering with Elevate Schools to recognize 2 exceptional teachers. It's a big surprise. They're honoring their creative approaches that spark curiosity and inspire learning in their students. A small but meaningful tribute to those shaping our future.
The roar of appreciation for special education teacher Lori Herbeck fills the classroom. The surprise was orchestrated by a fellow teacher.
She texted me, goes, "There's an emergency, please come quick, I need you now." So I told Miss Brown, "I gotta go, 1 second," and I ran over.
Waiting in the wings, Walmart offering more than just a gold star for her dedication.
I want to say we appreciate you and all your hard work and your dedication.
Walmart gifted her a basket of school supplies, a cart, a $250 gift card, and a Walmart Plus membership. For 5 years, Herbeck has been transforming lives at Elevate Schools.
She's cool and she helps us with work.
You got it, girl. Proud of you.
Jewel Copeland, Dean of Students and a parent, has witnessed the impact firsthand.
To see his confidence and his advancement under her tutelage has been really special to see.
The wave of appreciation continues at Elevate's Serra Mesa campus.
And all your dedication to your students.
A much quieter surprise for 3rd grade teacher Victoria Otero, but her impact resonates loudly.
Every day when my students come in, I just have to remind myself of these are our future leaders as they walk in, honoring them in that way.
After 15 years of teaching beyond the textbooks, this unexpected recognition earns an A+.
Not just teaching them their academics, but also teaching them how to go out in the world and be a kind, loving human.
These connections create lifelong impact. Just ask Walmart District Manager Tia Sanchez.
Her name is Mrs. Sayers. She was my 6th grade teacher at IB Elementary School, and I'm still in contact with her today.
Because the most powerful word to describe an admired teacher is simply their name. Interior Santa, Abby Black, CBS 8.
So sweet, so deserving. And also, as we celebrate Mother's Day, this week a hardworking mom who works at McDonald's was honored for everything she does. Rosie was surprised by the owner of the San Ysidro McDonald's with flowers, mariachi music, and even tickets to Disneyland. Rosie dedicates her life to serving others, and in her spare time, she even volunteers at an orphanage in Tijuana. All of this while also being a mom to her son, who was diagnosed with autism when he was 8 years old. Rosie talked about her son, who recently graduated high school and now works with her.
Watching him beat the odds, I'm a super proud mom that he not only finished elementary, he went through middle school, he went through high school with a 3.2 GPA, and now he's working here as a digital ambassador also.
Yeah, in addition to being an incredible mother, her colleagues tell us she is a mother figure to them at work as well. So happy Mom's Day to you. Still ahead, leaving fishing lines in the water often leads to wildlife getting entangled. In an Earth 8 report, how you can help prevent that from happening. Welcome back. Well, leaving lines in the water after fishing often leads to wildlife getting entangled, and it's an entirely preventable hazard in our coastal communities. So SeaWorld San Diego's rescue team usually responds to help animals caught in the lines. So our chief meteorologist, Carlene Chavis, visited SeaWorld's rescue center where a sea lion is recovering from a recent entanglement, and she shows us how you can help prevent this in an Earth 8 report.
playground here in San Diego County. And sometimes that day of fishing, well, it can lead to some fishing lines polluting our waterways. And if it's not disposed of properly, that can lead to some major consequences for our marine life.
You can see, so the right eye, see how it's got the injury on the eye?
And it's not just its eyes. This California sea lion had deep cuts and now scarring on its neck from a fishing line entanglement. This animal was rescued by the SeaWorld San Diego rescue team at the beginning of April in Carlsbad. After being tagged, the animal will be released from their care because of its good progress and healthy blood work.
When we notice there's a tag, we know it's not another animal to add to the list. We know it's one that's already been helped.
That list keeps growing. The rescue team receives calls daily about distressed animals, especially when the beaches start to get busier. Jenny Smith is a curator of the rescue program at SeaWorld San Diego. She explains the process.
There have been times where we cut the line ourselves on the beach. We tag the animal, we take photos, and we return it right there. If we think that the animal needs to have the fishing line surgically removed, or we think that it may be infected, then we will bring it back to SeaWorld.
In some cases, they have followed animals for months, waiting for them to slow down because they weren't accessible for rescue. Unfortunately, this leads to more suffering. When it comes to California sea lions, as they get bigger, the line cuts deeper into their blubber. And when it comes to fishing line entanglement, sea lions are not the most rescued animals. Those would be sea and shorebirds.
They know what's on the other end of that fishing line, so they may try to get a free snack.
Piers are a common rescue spot. Fishing lines get tangled around their necks, feet, and wings, which prevents them from flying. When they try to go in for that free snack, a fishing hook can also be ingested.
We will keep the line, a little bit of the line, we'll tape it to the bill so that when it goes in surgery with the vet, they kind of have a trail to find that hook.
Since a sharp fishing hook can be detrimental to a bird, they want every bird to detect the metal. In addition to the lines and hooks, their collection of objects retrieved from rescued birds also includes
lots of lures. So sometimes we'll see animals and the lures just kind of like hanging off the animal and they're just trailing it, mammals and birds. So these are, a glow stick.
Much like some of these items, monofilament fishing lines are made from plastic material that is not biodegradable. It will remain in the environment for years. The sturdiness of braided lines makes it difficult for entangled animals to escape.
They get into a little bit of trouble, so we'll help them out at SeaWorld.
And you can help out too. California State Parks Boating and Waterways has a website with a list of fishing line recycling locations, including this one on Shelter Island. Their sites have recycled 3,274 pounds of fishing lines and counting. They also have tips on how to set up a recycling container at your favorite fishing spot at boatingcleanandgreen.com/fishing line recycling.
We share this planet with all the animals that live in it, and I think we could do better as humans.
I second that friendly reminder, Jenny. For CBS 8, I'm Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis.
Yeah, may we all do a little better. Get your fishing in, but yeah, do your part. That will do it for us. Thank you for your time. Thank you for staying informed as always. And for CBS 8, I'm Jenny Day. Take such good care and continue to go Padres. Take care.